Modern EMA 7 intelligence that electrifies. Real जमघट जहाँ रियल पार्टी पैक त्यहाँ नयाँ गुड नाइट फ्लैश और लिक्विड वेपोराइजर भन्दा 2 गुना बढी प्रभावशाली.
Proud to be associated with Kantipur News.
Today's House of Representatives meeting faced disruption as opposition lawmakers protested, delaying proceedings once again. The Supreme Court postpones its verdict on a long-standing case involving appointments to constitutional bodies in the last minute. Meanwhile, the Federation of Nepali Journalists has strongly condemned a court order demanding removal of published news articles. Rights groups also raised concerns over press freedom, especially following an arrest warrant against journalist Dilbhushan Pathak. This and more on Kantipur News today. Good evening, I am Aprila Ghising Lama. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Supreme Court postpones its verdict on 15 writ petitions filed against appointment of 52 officials to various constitutional bodies and commissions at the last minute. FNJ slams court order to immediate removal of news articles, calling it unconstitutional. Freedom Forum raises alarm over press freedom threat, objecting arrest warrant for journalist Dilbhushan Pathak. USA and China agree on a trade framework to restart truce and lift rare earth export curbs. Officials say the deal adds substance to last month's Geneva agreement but offers little hope for a lasting solution. And Brazil secures its spot in the FIFA World Cup 2026, defeating Paraguay by 1-0. Ancelotti's arrival marks successful start to the home team. The Constitutional Bench of the Supreme Court has postponed the verdict on petitions filed against the appointment of 52 officials to constitutional commissions. Although the bench was scheduled to deliver its decision today, the date was postponed at the last minute. The petitions were being heard by a constitutional bench comprising Chief Justice Prakash Man Singh Raut and Justices Sapna Pradhan Malla, Manoj Kumar Sharma, Kumar Chudal and Naku Subedi. However, as the justices were still in deliberation, the verdict has now been rescheduled for 18th of Ashar, according to Supreme Court spokesperson Achyut Kharel. The court is preparing to issue a decision on petitions that were filed 4.5 years ago. The 15 writs challenged the appointments of 32 officials on the 21st of March 2077 BS and 20 more on 10th of Ashar, according to the Nepali calendar made under an ordinance that amended existing laws. The Constitutional Bench began hearings on these cases at the end of the Nepalese month of March after they were repeatedly postponed due to various procedural delays. The final hearing concluded and the verdict was initially set for today. At the time of the appointments, then Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli's government amended the Constitutional Council Act through an ordinance to modify the decision-making process in the council. The amendment changed the requirement from a majority of all 6 members to a majority including the chairperson, making decisions possible with fewer members present. Following the ordinance, a meeting of the Constitutional Council chaired by Prime Minister Oli and attended by then Chief Justice Cholendra Samser, J.B. Rana and then National Assembly Chair Ganesh Prasad Timosina recommended the appointments. Then Opposition Leader Sher Bahadur Deuba and House Speaker Agni Sapkota were absent from the meeting. Shortly after the recommendation, Prime Minister Oli dissolved the House of Representatives. Now, moving on, the Federation of Nepali Journalists, FNJ, has expressed its objection to an order issued by the Kathmandu District Court demanding the immediate removal of news articles published by media outlets. In a statement released today, the Federation stated it is seriously concerned over the court's interim order instructing online news portals Nepal Khabar and Bizmandu.com to delete certain published reports. The Federation's General Secretary Ram Prasad Dahal said in the statement that the Federation considers the court's order to be unconstitutional. It further mentioned that if someone is dissatisfied with content published or broadcasted by the media, the matter falls under the jurisdiction of the Press Council Nepal, which is authorized to receive complaints and take action accordingly. The Federation has also urged the court to reconsider its decision, warning that if it fails to do so, the Federation will be compelled to pursue legal and other actions against it. Likewise, the Nepal Press Union has also condemned the Kathmandu District Court's order to delete reports published by bizmandu.com and Nepal Khabar, stating it goes against the spirit of the Constitution. In a statement released today, the union reminded that the Press Council Nepal is the body responsible for verifying the facts of published media content and called the court's order unconstitutional. The union has also expressed concern over the court-issued arrest warrant against journalist Dilbhushan Pathak, stating that the incident has alarmed and worried the entire media industry. It has also called on the concerned authorities to immediately withdraw the arrest order. Press Chautari Nepal also released a statement taking serious note of the court's order to remove published content and the arrest warrant issued against journalist Dilbhushan Pathak related to the same news. The Socialist Press Organization and the Online Journalists Association have in separate statements also expressed concern over what they describe as continued attacks on press freedom guaranteed by the Constitution. They have demanded that concerned stakeholders and the government ensure a safe working environment for journalists. Freedom Forum, an organization working for the protection of human rights and freedom, also expressed serious concern via social media over the court's order to remove published news content. The forum stated that such orders directly impact journalism and freedom of expression and has raised objections. The forum also expressed concern regarding the arrest warrant issued against journalist Dilbhushan Pathak for his news reporting. Now, opposition parties continued to obstruct today's session of the House of Representatives. The meeting, originally scheduled for 1 p.m. to seek consensus among parties, was postponed to 3:15 p.m. However, since no agreement had been reached by then, Speaker Devraj Khimire proceeded to start the session at 3:30 p.m. Immediately after the session began, opposition lawmakers stood up and began obstructing the proceedings. Opposition members resorted to chanting slogans and disrupting the session. As the obstruction continued, the Speaker adjourned the meeting, rescheduling it for 3 p.m. tomorrow. Earlier, a meeting between the Speaker, the Minister for Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs, and the Chief Whips of major political parties also ended without any conclusion. Held at the Parliament building in Baneshore, the meeting included Speaker Devraj Khimire, Law Minister Ajay Kumar Chaurasia, and Chief Whips from the 4 major parties. The discussion failed to yield results as parties remained firm on their respective stances. Speaker Khimire later described today's meeting as even more disappointing than previous ones. Following the inconclusive talks with the Speaker, opposition parties including Nepali Congress, CPN-UML, CPN Maoist Centre and Rashtriya Swatantra Party held separate internal discussions. Those involved included Congress General Secretary Gagan Thapa, Chief Whip Shyam Kumar Khimire, Home Minister Ramesh Lekhak, UML Chief Whip Mahesh Bartola, Maoist Vice Chairperson Barsaman Pun, Chief Whip Hetraj Pandey, and RSP Acting Parliamentary Party Leader Biraj Bhakta Shrestha, along with Chief Whip Santosh Pariyar. However, these talks also ended without an agreement. Since 27th of May, opposition parties have been obstructing House sessions over the visit visa scandal. Initially, they demanded the resignation of Home Minister Ramesh Lekhak and the formation of an investigation committee. Lately, they have shifted the demands to the formation of either a judicial or parliamentary probe committee. On Monday, RSP presented a 5-point proposal to the Nepali Congress. Today, opposition parties discussed the proposal at the Parliament building. Meanwhile, ruling parties UML and Congress have maintained the stance that the Home Minister will not resign, nor will an investigation committee be formed. Now, moving on, stakeholders have called for the formulation of a unified law to reduce fire-related accidents and violence. In a discussion organized by Burn Violence Survivors Nepal on the effectiveness and necessary reforms in existing laws and policies related to burn injuries, participants emphasized the need to introduce specific legislation against fire-related violence. They stressed that acid attacks and fire-related violence are of a similar nature and therefore require a unified legal approach.
एसिड भाइलेन्स को चाहिँ नि कानुन आयो अब बर्न भाइलेन्स को पनि यस्तै एसिड भाइलेन्स को जस्तै किन प्रकृति एउटै हो त्यसको रेपकर्सन एउटै हो तर एकदमै विभेद भएको भएर चाहिँ नि एउटै कानुन आउनु पर्छ भनेर हामीले यसको आजको
Members of Parliament expressed their commitment to drafting the necessary legislation while survivors demanded swift access to justice. Welcome back. From the last week of the Nepalese month of Jesta to the first week of Asoj, the Disaster Management Committee in Palpa has initiated actions under a monsoon response plan to reduce the impact of highway blockages and disaster-related damages. A meeting was held with relevant stakeholders to prepare in advance and reduce potential disaster incidents during the rainy season. Critical areas such as Siddhababa, Doban, Udekhola, Charchare, Lamdada, Peopledada and the Tansen Gomi road section along the Siddhartha highway have been identified as landslide-prone zones. As a precaution, bulldozers and excavators from the Road Division Office will be kept on standby to immediately reopen blocked roads. The Kali Gandaki Corridor Road project has also decided to keep necessary equipment ready to ensure the roads from Peopledada to Bakamangal and from Ranighat to Orgali really remain open. Both municipalities and 8 rural municipalities in the district have committed to renting bulldozers and excavators if necessary to stay prepared. According to the road division, 5 bulldozers will be stationed at different points along the Siddhartha highway to ensure the road remains open at all times.
Jhumsa, Borthung, Peopledada, Siddhartha राजमार्गमा यी 3 ठाउँमा हामीले स्ट्यान्डबाई रूपमा हेभी इक्विपमेन्ट ब्याकहो लोडर अथवा व्हील लोडर राखेर पहिरो हटाई 24 घण्टा यातायात सञ्चालन गर्ने गरी हामी तयारी अवस्थामा रहेका छौं.
Key roads in Palpa such as the Arya Bhanjang, Jagbadi Rampur route, Bastari, Jadeva, Dumkibas in Nawalpur and the Tansen Harkot Chahara Argakhachi road have also been prioritized. Concerned authorities have agreed to remain in a state of readiness to prevent disruptions. Local governments have decided to fill potholes and maintain roads under their jurisdiction. According to Chief District Officer Toyanarayan Subedi, bulldozers will be kept on standby in areas prone to large landslide and waste.
यो निर्णय चाहिँ गरेका छौं. अर्को चाहिँ स्थानीय तहहरुको चाहिँ यो विषयमा तयारी के छ भनेर चाहिँ उहाँहरुको विषयमा पनि हामी बुझ्ने चाहिँ कोसिस गर्यौं र उहाँहरुलाई पनि हामीले 4-5 वटा विषय अनुरोध गरेका चाहिँ छौं.
He added that all local bodies in Palpa will ensure that ambulances and fire trucks are kept ready. In the event of a disaster, volunteer teams will be formed at the ward level involving civil society, political parties and other citizens to conduct rescue operations. Since relief during disasters will be provided through a one-door system via local government, funds must be allocated to the local disaster management fund accordingly. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.